That is the key to the success of most of their songs, is just being mature, being very well rehearsed, and being musically from another planet. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for a very special reaction. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notifications, and you'll be good to go with all the alerts you need when these go live. Now, today is a big one. I've been building up to this for a long time, and by the sounds of it, some of you guys are as excited about this as I am. It is Nightwish, the greatest show on earth, and before I get into the reaction, and before I let you know what preparation I did, I want to send a massive thank you to everyone who got involved in the poll to help decide which version we're going to be using. There was an overwhelming call to look at the live from Tampere version. I hope I'm saying that right, but specifically the version with lyrics. I also did read through the lyrics beforehand and research one or two pieces to make sure I had full context of what we're going to be listening to. So again, thank you for the guidance, the comments, the voting. It really does mean a lot, and I really do appreciate it. Speaking about some of my research, I know that the song name and essence is taken from a book written by Richard Dawkins. If you don't know who he is, he's an evolutionary biologist. He is an author. He is a former professor at Oxford University, a professor of public understanding of science, and he's a very, very smart man. I know that they also asked Mr. Dawkins to do some voice recording for the song, so I can't wait to see how that plays a part. I saw some quotes from Thomas saying that the original version was over 30 minutes long, that it is the most ambitious thing the band has ever done, which is impressive considering I've seen Poet and the Pendulum, and that was a masterclass, so I can't wait to see how this will top that. I know the song is about life and evolution and natural selection. I also know that the song is off the band's 8th studio album called Endless Forms Most Beautiful, and I believe that's the first album that both Troy and Floor were permanent members, so that's exciting. One more quick point before we start. Usually I film all my reactions in one take. I hit record, I do the reaction, I hit stop at the end. It's the way I like to do them, but because this one is so long and I don't want to reduce the quality of filming, my camera won't allow us to do that. So there will be a quick edit throughout the video. I'll make sure that it doesn't break up the flow of the song. Hopefully you won't even notice, but if you do, that's why. I just want to make sure that the output is as high as possible to give you guys the reactions you deserve. I'm going to set up. I cannot wait, and I'll see you back in a bit. Right, I got the lyrics up. The sun is setting. I cannot wait. We finally made it, guys. Nightwish, the greatest show on earth. Let's see what you got. What a beautiful way to start the song. I know these songs are Thomas's brainchild and baby, if you will. So it's nice to see him front and center kicking this one off, knowing how big a song it is. We speak a lot about his ability to compose and to write songs, but we don't speak enough about his technical ability or his ability to play those keys. He is providing an equal amount of weighting and confidence and clarity behind each of those notes. They're all getting the same care and they're shining through with a lot of clarity, so that's really awesome. And it's quite an emotive piece. It sounds quite sad. The chord progression definitely makes me feel a bit sad, and there's this weird uplift that I didn't expect, which was also nice. But the key and secret, I think, to the sadness of this is actually the strings behind it. So these long string pulls, and it's almost like this emotive tension that's building because they take so long to hit the peak point of the note and so long to drift off that there's like this lingering of sadness while the keys drift off onto the next chord. Powerful start, beautiful start, and it's 30 seconds in and they already got me. The strings are getting a bit higher, so you can hear them more clearly now. This is really pretty. Nice urgency. Sounds like the crowd is clapping now. Okay. No, hang on a second. Wow. Okay. For like the first 2 minutes of that, he had me in like a trance. I was kind of swaying to this sad but beautiful piece. I was okay with it. I felt like I was getting lost in it. And then out of nowhere, just that chaos, a lot of harsh accenting. And it's hard to line those fireworks up with it because there's two bangs, right? There's the bang of the launch and the bang in the sky. So I know Thomas is a perfectionist, so I'm sure he worked tirelessly with the guys to make sure it lined up, and the effects is greatly appreciated. You guys did say visually this would be awesome, and you were not wrong. He was doing those quick accents, and they were unpredictable, but there was that urgent tempo, that dun 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 dun. He kept that going, and it sounds like it's still going. And then out of nowhere, out of all the chaos, the birth of a new melody. My guy Troy comes in. That's got to be Troy, right? Yeah, and what a beautiful melody he started playing. I want to hear more of it. I'm going to go back just a little bit to make sure we lead in, but so much going on in just the first 2 minutes of the song. We're in for a long ride. Just quickly, you know what I love about instruments like this? I think that's the tin whistle, right? Is it adds so much personality and human influence. So like the imperfections, if you will, the wind and the whistle of that wind versus the note, it allows that character to shine through and allows you to hear the human behind the instrument, which I really, really like. Beautiful melody. He has a very good understanding of the instruments he plays, and tonally they just fit perfectly. I'm a big fan of his. What a roller coaster back into the chaos. It sounded like there were almost these triumphant kind of warlike trumpet sounds, and now back into that beginning piece again. This is going to be a journey. There she is. I'm trying not to break up the flow of the song too much, but that was really, really subtle and really awesome. The way that she slid her vocals in, almost disguised in the strings behind the music. I don't know where the song sits in the set. I'm assuming it's in the middle, possibly towards the end. Excuse me. But even if you go upstage for just a short period of time, for her to come back and know the distance the mic needs to be at and hold that consistency and bring it closer and have the control to bring that note in so perfectly, she is a true professional. Sorry, I got goosebumps there. I'm going to go back because I want to hear that again. She came in with that operatic tone. She's very comfortable with it. Such consistency, such great tone. Just some of the lyrics that she used there. So arcane, I know that it's got to do with a particular time in the Earth's history. So that's about kind of the timeline, speaking to the evolution. And then that sentence, or that line, on a pristine Gaia or Gaia, that's Greek mythology. So that's like the personification of Earth. So it's definitely sticking true to the theme vocally quite early on, or lyrically quite early on. There where she hits that little whisper at the end and the chord change happens, I got goosebumps. It was so nice. Everything is there has been some chaos, but most of it has been delicate and subtle and very much appreciated. Sounds hopeful, sounds light. That choir sound sounds like there's clock bells. There's so much going on.
After sleeping.
Hang on, before we get into the speaking bits, I don't want to interrupt that, but I'm pretty sure that's the same melody he was playing earlier on with the tin whistle. Now he's on the pipes, and again, you can hear the human character in that. You can hear the guidance of the notes kind of slip and crack or break while he moves his fingers to the next part. Just beautiful personality in that. Really love that. And now I heard some of the vocal coming in the recording, so I'm very excited. This is such a journey.
After sleeping through 100 million centuries, we have finally opened our eyes on a sumptuous planet, sparkling with color, bountiful with life. Within decades, we must close our eyes again. Isn't it a noble and enlightened way of spending our brief time in the sun? To work at understanding the universe and how we have come to wake up in it.
Oh man, I'll go back a bit. How cool was that? Such a scene setter. That vocal recording was awesome. He speaks about 100 million years, which is, I guess, the best guess to how long the Earth has been around. And so cool, because how apt that as he finished that bit talking about evolution and our time in the sun, that the birth of the song begins. That's what it sounded like. It sounds like the song's actually going to begin now. Everything was kind of a prelude up until that point. That is awesome. Nice double kick work. He's like a human metronome, and guitar kind of echoing what Troy was doing. Just a lot of fullness, a lot of energy. Ironically, the tempo of this was introduced quite early on, but it's nice to see the band fully embrace it now. Very cool. So ominous.
Cosmic law of gravity pulled the newborns around the fire. A careless cold infinity in every vast direction. Lonely Pharaoh in the Goldilocks zone. She has a tale to tell. From into a carbon feast. Enter Luca.
Okay, so something that I find really interesting there is she's doing this kind of speaking phrase after that ominous turn in the song, which is really cool because of the fireworks. Like visually was really awesome. That tempo was back, that dun 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 dun. But what's really interesting is when she came in with the speaking bit, well, at least on the last couple sentences, and I'll go back so hopefully you can hear that. Each sentence is kind of spoken and allowed to drift within the time as long as she finishes at the right moment, right? But you'll see on at least the last two sentences, her vocal phrasing is dead on that dun 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 dun, at least for the first four phrases or syllables, if you will. And that's really interesting because musically it fits, even though it's not a tonal singing piece, and then she can drift off and finish the speaking bit and kind of floats on her own time as long as she finishes. Very cool. Didn't expect her to go into that. Someone with a powerful vocal. It's nice to know that they aren't scared to try different things and make you feel different things and experiment with that. That's cool. Very assertive, very ominous.
Infinity in every vast direction. Lonely Pharaoh in the Goldilocks zone. She has a tale to tell. From the stellar nursery into a carbon feast. Enter Luca. The tapestry of chemistry.
Again, hopeful.
There's a writing in the garden, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe. For there's a what will be, science of the Livoniancy. Alien stars right in the tail of our soul. The day to day new opening for the greatest show on earth.
Love that line, the greatest show on earth, man. What a title for a song. What a title for a book. What a way to end the chorus. How awesome. Vocally, how amazing. I mean, we know she is so talented, but for her to get so high but still stay in her chest register, not go into a falsetto, is incredible. But it's expected. I know she can do that. I know she's going to smash it out the park. What I am surprised by, and I shouldn't be anymore, is Marco's ability to stick with her. I know quite early on in my Nightwish journey, I said, he's quite good. He could be a front man of his own. And you all laughed at me and said, well, he is. Yeah, I get it now. He's amazing. For him, don't mean to use the joke again, but he is remarkable. For him to stick with her throughout that is phenomenal. It was vocally very, very full. Very, very full for two people to fill up so much space. That was just awesome.
Welcoming the outside world to the stuff of stars.
Such a mood shift.
Betting the tree have a biological holy. Enter now the tapestry.
It keeps floating between this ominous and then this hopeful. This is like the hopeful bit, but it sounds like a pre-chorus, so it's nice to break up the seriousness of the spoken bit, the power of the chorus. It's quite a nice bridge between those two, so very smart again musically with the composition.
Betting the tree have a biological holy. Enter now the tapestry of chemistry. There's a writing in the garden, leading us to the mother of all. We are one, we are universe. For there's a what will be, science of the Livoniancy. Alien stars right in the tail of our soul. Day to
Is Troy singing too here? I'm pretty sure I saw him singing. That would explain the fullness. I'm going back again. Can everyone just sing in this band? Can everyone do everything? Yeah, probably.
Alien stars right in the tail of our soul.
You know what? This is such a journey so far. We are not even halfway through, and I'm feeling all the emotions. This alone, the almost 9 minutes that we've looked at alone, are worth the price of admission. It is everything so far that I hoped it would be. Everything from this point onwards is a bonus. And another thing I want to mention is the drummer is just a machine. I know there's a lot of talk about the previous drummer and this drummer. They're both great. I know that. But he is a human metronome. His feet are so consistent. Again, the weighting is perfect. Every note you can hear with full clarity. Some credit to the engineer for that, but mostly to his ability and his playing. He is special. Aren't they all? Okay, where are we going now? Listen to the speed of his fingers, man. Every Form Most Beautiful. That's the name of the album, right? I think so, unless I'm getting that wrong. Her saying we're here to care for the garden, speaking about looking after Earth. What an apt time to be speaking about that kind of thing, or at least for me to be hearing that now. Beautiful.
Of what will be, science of the Devonian sea. Radiant stars running the tale of us all. A day-to-day new opening for the greatest show.
I feel like I'm in a theater. This is so cool. The sun has all but gone away here. I can see it's getting darker. The mood is perfect, and I'm just enjoying the hell out of this. One thing I do want to mention is it just clicked that the stuff that Troy was doing early on, that Thomas was matching with the piano sound, is actually the introduction of the melody for the chorus, which I've only just clicked on now. They do that quite often. They start to introduce elements of songs quite early on, and then whether you realize it or not, they're making you familiar with it, so it feels more comfortable when it hits. Genius. And we've hit the halfway mark almost, so I'm so happy. Beautiful tomful. Listen to the drone in the back. I'm sorry, I'm fanboying so hard. If any of you were there, I have the biggest FOMO ever. Look at that setting. Imagine being there. Imagine whatever this is, a festival or just a concert alone. Imagine, waking up that morning, getting ready to go and see these guys, and then this moment finally happens. This is my bucket list concert. I have to. When the world opens up again, I'm going to see them. Some mischievousness again. Atmospheric ocean noises now. sounds more like a movie score. I listen to a lot of scores. I watch a lot of horror films, and this is very much what you hear in the background. It is less musical, more theater, and it is haunting, to say the least. Where we go now. Sounds ape-like, so primal. I love that kind of vocal primal sound that they were making. I assume it sounded like more than one person. I don't know if Floor was doing that too, but I'm assuming Marco and Troy at least. And it sounds like something that is just kind of going to have its little moment to shine and go away. But it's the introduction of the melody once again. Guitar and bass leading that time, with Thomas accenting and playing more of a background role. So things shifting and moving, parts, finding their place in the song to sit perfectly and allow other things to shine. That is the key to the success of most of their songs, is just being mature, being very well rehearsed, and being musically from another planet.
After a billion years, the show is still here. A single one of your fathers died young. The 100 travelers out of Africa. Little Lucy of the A4.
I'm out of Africa. Just saying.
Give back to fantasy, to idolatry, to self-destructive weaponry, and turning out of guns, deep within the past, and it's the dread of the hunter.
It's got a cool outfit on, man.
Terrayonia, the cradle of thought, the architecture of understanding, the human lust to feel so exceptional to rule the earth.
Marco does that very well, that gritty, growly, somewhere between a sing and a speak. He does that very, very well. He pulls it off really well, because sometimes if you don't do it well, you can either be too aggressive, you can be too subtle. It'll either sound too cheesy or too forced. He knows exactly what he's doing. He is very familiar with his voice, what its capabilities are, and he which is vast, and he knows exactly what to do with that kind of thing. He is so comfortable as a vocalist, and I know he's been the front man of a band for a long time, but it's got to be intimidating to sing with the Floor. I mean, probably not for him anymore, but I can imagine that first day. Oh, they are a vocal pairing from another planet.
For shiny rocks, the giant mushroom clouds, the will to know is soon be done by. Unto history, the grand finale, Ratkind.
Hang on a second. Ratkind, that is also from Dawkins, right? Because he did like a thing, or he wrote a piece saying that if... I read this in the lyrics and I researched it. He wrote a piece saying that if kind of nuclear war happened and wiped out humans, that the rodents would survive and they'd be the scavengers and kind of the future evolution. So very cool to see them throwing more of those throwbacks in. I'm sure I've missed a bunch already, but I'm trying to pick up as many as I can. That's awesome.
The human lust to feel so exceptional to rule the earth.
Hunger for shiny rocks, the giant mushroom clouds, the will to know is soon be done by. Unto history, the grand finale, Ratkind. Man, he took his time in the storm, and he dreams he won't despair. A single grain of sand. He gave up to poverty, but one day ceased to be. With the last night of the library.
Beautiful. I think we heard this piece earlier as well. Was that a slip or was that a purposeful note? I don't believe he makes mistakes, but either way, I'm going to go back to hear it again. He is so controlled, and there's so much to this song. I'm just impressed at their stamina, to be honest. It is phenomenal. I think it's a small slip. Oh, those druid kind of choir voices now. Is that a Metallica throwback? Is that an Enter Sandman nod? This is so cool. This song has everything. Oh, I'm like a kid on Christmas. This is awesome.
It must be, right? Because I know they do this. My dude.
Nice kick work change there. What a statement. We were here. It's all tying back to the theme of the song. It is not missed or lost at any point, and I am so appreciative of their storytelling. I'm going back to just hear one of those lines one more time, because there's a lot of emotion in this for her. I think what a journey this song is, just to, and forget the fact that you're playing a whole set or a whole concert, just the song alone.
Come on now.
We were here. Jesus.
Look at her. She's drained. I'm drained. You guys did say watch to the end.
We are going to die, and that makes us the lucky ones. Most people are never going to die because they're never going to be born. The potential people who could have been here in my place, but who will in fact never see the light of day, outnumber the sand grains of Sahara. Certainly those unborn ghosts include greater poets than Keats, scientists greater than Newton. We know this because the set of possible people allowed by our DNA so massively exceeds the set of actual people. In the teeth of these stupefying odds, it is you and I, in our ordinariness, that are here. We privileged few who won the lottery of birth against all odds. How dare we whine at our inevitable return to that prior state from which the vast majority have never stirred?
Seeing them in the front there, first of all, that those vocal recordings have such power, such brilliance. They enhance the song. I didn't think you could, but they do, and it's beautiful and it's thoughtful and it's wonderful. Seeing them all on the front of the stage like that, I'm assuming it's the end of the song. They are like the Medals version of the Avengers. This is fantastic. Oh, wow. Got to get that shot for the gram. Awesome, they gave him his own moments, his brilliance. That is beautiful.
There is grandeur in this view of life, with its several powers having been originally breathed into a few forms or into one, and that whilst this planet has gone cycling on according to the fixed law of gravity, from so simple a beginning, endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful have been and are being evolved.
I don't know what to say. Anything I say, I feel will diminish what an experience that was, because that wasn't just a song. That was an experience that was intense. It was happy, uplifting, sad, ominous, comfortable, uncomfortable. It was everything you guys promised it to be and more. And I say this without an ounce of hyperbole. That was one of the greatest live videos I've ever watched, from a band that I have grown to love, respect, adore, and even at times become frustrated with. They are the masters of what they do, and I am so privileged to be one of the people who get to listen to their music. we are not done with Nightwish for a long time. There's still so much to go through, and I can't wait to have more experiences like this with you. I am so grateful for your support, so grateful for your time, your energy, your comments, good or bad, your praises, your complaints, criticisms. It makes me feel really, really special that you guys choose to take your time out of your precious day to spend that with me. So thank you very much. Interesting about those voice recordings, I just thought about something, and I'll leave you on this thought. He speaks about so many people never got the chance to be born, and how lucky we are. Well, how incredibly lucky are we? Never mind being born, but being born and alive at the same time as that group of wonderful musicians who somehow found their way to each other to create this music, to create this song. That was magical. I feel really good about that. I tell you what, normally I go and edit these, and then I go, yeah, I'm really happy with how they came out. I am instantly proud of this one right now, and I'm so thankful for your guys' time on that. And yeah, until the next one, and there will be a next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.